Yes, guys, welcome back to the Ableton Masterclass, or it's more of a tips and tricks session. Now, listen, I realized on my last video there were certain elements you couldn't see, so you couldn't see my drum programming, but I think let's take it as an opportunity to do a bit more advanced drum programming. So, as you know from before, we took this stem. Let's have a listen to it. This is a drum track. That's great. And then what I did is I opened, and in fact, let me just do it from scratch. I'm going to get Machine. Now, Machine is a drum sampler that I use all the time. It's made by Native Instruments. It's really, really good. And look, there are loads of drum programming machines, but I've just spent a lot of time with this particular drum programmer. And I think it's also important to know your kit. So like, I know if somebody comes into the studio and they want like an old school hip hop track, I know that I just go with Eighth Wonder and it's going to give me something that I need. So now you can see that I'm going to play their drums and then you're going to see how I do this. So the first thing I start off is choosing a snare. And I know they're going to go on the 2 and the 4. And then I take out the old drums. So that's my drums. And then what I did as well is I just went and changed this open hi-hat. And then we go back to this. One thing that's interesting to note is that the hi-hat pattern is and I've done that wrong. So I'm going to delete those hi-hats and listen to again. So that you put them on the off beats here. Sometimes I put 2 kicks on the 1, so it just creates like a little bit more of an energy at the beginning of every bar. Right, let's have a listen to what's going on here. So there's a few like okay, and I think there's definitely a bit of swing. Maybe have a crash instead. This open hi-hat here, it seems a little bit too strong for me, so I can put a filter on it. These hi-hats, again, they probably need a bit of a filter. This second kick is too loud. So now, if I go back, and so this is my drums here, which you can see is soloed. If I go back to the instrument section, this is the guitar that I copied. So now what you can see is basically I've got my own drums here. I've got my own sort of guitar thing here. And it's not like I'm basically just going to copy this instrumental. But what I am going to do is learn about what is that drum groove. You know, how do I break it down? So if I just went to a new one, I'd be like, right, okay. So if I want to create them like, you know, old school dusty New York drums, I know that I need to be like boom. And I know I need to have a kick there and an offbeat kick here. Double kick there. Extra kick there. Maybe an extra kick there. And then remember the offbeat hi-hats. Extra kick on the one. And that is kind of like why I think it's good to listen to great beats and just understand that. Next time Hunter and Adri come in, who are the people that originally brought this beat into the studio, and they're like, you know what, I want something that I can rap over. I know that I've got that drum pattern in the pocket. I can just open this and I can make them a custom beat that kind of builds around the stuff that they like. So yeah, that's just a quick introduction to drums. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay blessed.